Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jennifer West. Actually, it's evening here now, but where my guest is, is the afternoon. So my guest today is fantastic Korean pianist Hyejin Pak, who I met in Vancouver in 2017 at the Vancouver International Music Competition, and instantly knew she played so beautifully, and it was so fantastic to hear her. And she has a virtual concert with us on Saturday at 5 p.m., which for friends in Korea is Sunday at 10 in the morning.
And yeah.
Agent and I have got really good at doing math. The 17-hour time difference. And
Yeah, after daylight savings. So
daylight savings. And I
yeah.
want to acknowledge that this interview, I am situated on the unceded traditional territory of the Musqueam people who have taken care of friendships and relationships and music for thousands of years here on Turtle Island. And we want to respect their land. So thank you for the honor of being here. Hey, Jin, how are you doing? How have you survived this pandemic?
No, it's crazy word, but I'm just yeah, I have moved to Seoul last summer and it was such a work to since from Cincinnati to Seoul, and I've been there more than 8 years. So I have a lot of stuffs, but I had to throw them away or bring here. So yeah, it was such a work, but it feels great with my family. It's been a while being with them. So yeah, I'm doing really great. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. Did you have lots of boxes of music books that you had to bring?
Yeah, music books. And as you know, the piano books are different with violin or cello. It's so thick, and I have a lot of repertoires. And actually, I love the books. So, just I collected a lot, and, just I have more than 5 boxes, the music books. So they're so heavy.
You have more than 5 boxes.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Um, just want to let our listeners know my name is Jennifer West. I don't think I introduced myself. I am the artistic director of Muse West Concerts, and uh, I'm the host of our podcast. Take Note. So Heijen has planned a beautiful program for us on Saturday that we're going to get into, and I have had a sneak peek of it, and it is gorgeous. So I'm very excited. So first question on our interview today: who have been some of your musical mentors? Who have been the people that have supported you?
There are a lot. Yeah, I was really lucky to have all my teachers. I have had it so far. So actually, when I was a kid, it was just for fun playing the piano. I went to the music school and I really enjoyed it, but that's it. Just I didn't get any the professional or the serious training when I was a kid. And when I was 10, I met a new teacher, and she brought a new world to me because she taught me how to make the sound and how to express the music and all the different ways. So wow, I was really surprised, and there was kind of the turning point for me because just I love the music even more than that. So just with her, I just could pass the audition for the art school in Korea. There is like a middle school, high school. It focuses on the arts. So each student have the major. So my major is piano. I went there. So when I was 12, I met another teacher. She's another mentor for me, and she taught me the attitude as a pianist and how to live as a pianist. So it's hard because I'm a kid, but I'm just, it's already my major and it's kind of serious. So I can't say like, I don't want to practice because I'm under the weather. No way. Because, there's certain amount of time I have to practice every day. So it's so hard, but she taught me the attitude and how to just being as a musician, so I could survive, and I still love the music a lot, so I just wanted to keep it. And another mentor is in Cincinnati. During my graduate year, I met Mr. Pratt, and he taught me how important to know about the not only the piece but piece, composer, the period, and the music history, and all the different things. Like if I play the Beethoven Sonata, I have to know Beethoven Symphony, Beethoven Concerto, everything together. So he asked me to go to the library more than the practice room. So to know, to study about the piece, and then also just look at the score, because we have a lot of just even if the small things, we have to care about that, because even if it's a small dot or a small slur, so that makes the piece really, that's a small detail, but that makes the character and the mood. So he taught me that kind of things. So he's another my mentor. And also sometimes I play for my colleagues and friends, and we share the ideas and we just thoughts and comments. So they are also my musical mentor. So I have a lot of the different mentors, and I'm lucky to have
That's
them.
very lucky.
Yeah.
Okay. So our second question that I'd like to ask, the second question I wanted to ask you about is, you're teaching a bit of piano now. So how is mentorship very important to young classical musicians? And is this a role that you want to take on as well? Like mentoring people, teaching them?
Yeah. So it's a really important thing, because everyone has a different talent, and actually the kids, like high school students, they have like the potential abilities and the possible ideas, or the potential thing. The talents are unlimited and no one knows. So they really need someone who can guide them, who can teach them, who can lead for the next career, or their just musical career for them. So that's a really important thing. They should have someone who can just find that and who can develop their talents a lot. And then the other thing is, there are a lot of different jobs in the music world, like a performer, conductor, composer, or a music business, or like you, music teacher. So, so no one knows what they would be later. So just develop that and find their talents. So yeah, the mentorship is a really important thing. And I was lucky to have my mentors in my life. So I want to give it back to people who need the mentorship and the help, support. So, yeah.
I agree. And I think we've all benefited from teachers that have nurtured us and believed in our talent and believed that we could do a good job. Mm-hmm. And it's really, really important.
Yeah, right.
I totally agree. And I think your students are very lucky. You have a lot of experience performing. On your biography, you mentioned that you like doing yoga.
I do.
Me too. How does yoga help you as a musician?
It's really great, and I highly recommend yoga to musicians, because just we have to know our body, because our body is part of the instrument and we play with our body. So we have to know how to use and how to relax, that kind of thing. So actually in the music school there is a class like Alexander technique. So my friends are taking that, and our Alexander technique is focusing on how to relax our bodies. But the thing is, Alexander technique is focused on like only just how to relax, but yoga is more comprehensive. It just teaches you how to use your body and just how it works, your body, like when you move, this kind of thing. So just during the yoga, I just learned how to have the core muscle. It's a really important thing. And some people say the yoga posture, it's so easy, but just if even if it's an easy posture, you have to hold it just at least a minute or even longer. So to hold that, to balance that, you have to have the core muscle. But just core muscle is really important for the pianist, because pianists are on the bench, not the chair, right? So we don't have the back of the chair. So we have to hold our body ourselves. So the core muscle helps you, and we have to be, the torso, the body should be really solid, because we are using the arms and shoulders, and to relax the arms and shoulders, we have to hold the body should be really solid, because to relax this one, somewhere you have to fix, it should be solid, because everywhere it's to relax, that's to relax, and you can't make the sound. So everyone is different, and some of my friends, they said they just fix their legs, but for me the core is
because we need that core stability as pianists, for sure. It's really important, and important to be healthy and stretch.
Right.
So for your program, you've chosen one of my favorite sonatas by Mozart, D major, K546. Can you give us a brief description of what to listen for in each movement?
Yeah, 576 is one of my favorites too. So, this is for me, it sounds like just as Mozart is. It's very cheerful, happy, joyful. So, this the first movement, it starts with the fanfare I like, the trumpet, yum bum 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 bum. It's really happy. It's just allegro as it is. So,
Da dee da 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 dee da da da
yes.
da 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 da. It's
Yeah, I
awesome.
was not talking about that. Yeah, because he started in D major, and after four measures, he repeats the same motif. But I'm just here already. Just try the dramatic harmony because it's E minor. So actually, it starts with the D major and the D major E minor. It's far away. So wow, it's an unusual thing. So that happens a lot in the development section. There are like G minor, F major, F sharp. So wow, it's roaming a lot, and then finally it comes back to D major. So that's it, one of the interesting thing. And then yeah, in the development section, no, second theme, yeah, he used the counterpoint technique because there's a canoning motion like a counterpoint. So it's exactly same material, left hand, right hand, but I'm just left hand joins a bit later. Yeah, bum 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 bum. It's the same material, yes, but I'm just a bit later. So it's the six measures, yes, the six measures, the canoning motion, and finally they just sing together. Yada da 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 da. So it reminds me like the duet in the opera. So this work actually reminds me the opera. Like the second movement is opera aria. It's very chromatic line, and it's a beautiful and lyrical voice. And the third movement, it's very fun and rondo movement, and it's very dramatic because what I like it is he used a lot of pauses. The pause makes really intensive and dramatic and curious the mood because no one knows what's coming after the pause and what's going on. Like, yeah, it makes the audience pay attention to the music. Oh, what is that? Something like that. So
It's
and
almost operatic.
yeah, it is. It's really. And the other interesting thing is all the times after pause, he repeats the motif da 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 bum, and it comes with all the different keys. Like sometimes it's B minor or F major, so it's far away from D major. So yeah, there are a lot of interesting things. So that's why I love it.
That's awesome. And it's three movements. So
Yes,
many
yes,
wonderful things to listen for.
right.
That's great. And this is a late sonata by Beethoven. Mozart, sorry.
Mozart.
By Mozart. Beethoven's behind me. That's why I'm thinking about Beethoven.
I see.
Mozart. Of course, it's Mozart. This is a later sonata by Mozart. And I'm wondering, how does this sonata show his mature style? How does it show that he's changed or matured as a composer?
Yeah, this is the latest sonata, but the thing is, not that much different because, like the Beethoven sonata, the early sonata and late sonata, it's totally different composer, right? But
Yes.
so Mozart's life was quite short for 36 years and his brief life, and he didn't change that much in his style. But just it's a little different because early style was influenced by J.C. Bach and Haydn. So it's really Collins style, very lighter and pure and like operatic basis. It's very cute. But just later he used, like as I said, he used the counterpoint technique and more dramatic, more complicated things and sounds thicker and richer. So it's a little more matured and he tried something the dramatic things.
That's true.
Yeah.
So he was more experimental, more willing to try things. Yeah,
Right.
that's true. Um, which composers or pieces of music have brought you comfort during this pandemic? And how is it that you think music brings comfort to our soul? How does it do that?
Well, yeah, there are a lot of great music, and especially I love listening to the chamber music because pianist being a soloist on the stage, it's great, but sometimes I'm lonely and I need more people. And it's the same, like in the pandemic, and we can't meet our friends or who lives far away, the family members. So it feels like it's isolated, something like that. So the chamber music setting, it's very intimate and cozy, and I really like the feeling, and it sounds like, you know, whenever I listen to the chamber music, I feel like somebody's hugging me and my heart is very warm with that. So I really like that. So these days I'm listening to Brahms piano trio and string quartet.
B major.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah.
It's a
So
beautiful piece.
it
And I
is.
do I do think chamber music is like that. It's a very powerful form of communication, and
Right.
it's like an embrace. Like you said,
It
it's like
is.
someone hugging you, and it's very intimate.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's very
So
intimate form of making music together, for sure.
right, right. So I believe the power of the music, the power of healing, curing the people, and this is universal languages. So no need to interpret. Just everyone can understand. Everyone can feel the same feeling. So I love that.
And it can build a lot of bridges between people that think that they have a lot of differences between them.
Right, right. That's
Yeah.
true.
My question back to your program is about the
Yeah.
Scriabin
Hmm.
nocturne for left hand alone. This is so
Yeah.
interesting to me because I'm not super familiar with Scriabin's works, and
Mhm.
I didn't know that he'd written something for only left hand. What kind of challenges does this piece present to the pianist?
My right hand should be muted. It should be quiet. Only left hand, right? So only
Yeah.
with the 5 fingers I can, yeah, I should make the music. And then just one thing is I'm playing the melody and accompaniment, everything just only with the left hand. So sometimes, yeah, and especially this piece, the melody line is really lyrical. It should be smooth, but sometimes it shouldn't pop up the melody line. But sometimes it happens like it's when I play the melody and I have to come back to the accompaniment quickly. So yeah, I have to think about that and to legato that. And actually, the physically, there's no way I can connect them. So I have to think about the sound and with the pedal dynamic, everything, the shape,
Hmm.
I can legato that. And the other thing is the lowest note in the piece is a B flat, the half step up of the lowest key, and the highest note is yeah, A flat, the highest A flat. So it's almost like I'm using the whole keyboard with left hand. So sometimes it's really hard to balance. So as I said, the core is really important to balance that. So
It
and
is.
when I play the really high register and the lower register, I have to move my whole body, not just leaning or just like this. Or just I can use my right hand to leaning on the bench, so to balance that and to have the solid body.
Where did you find this piece? How did you find out about this Scriabin piece? Because I hadn't heard of it before.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's not really popular, but I'm just while I was studying my literature, I mean the piano exam for DMA, and then I listened randomly just on YouTube, and someone played that, and it was so beautiful. So yeah, I got the interest. Wow, so I should have played this later. And actually, Scriabin composed this piece for himself because mostly the left-hand pieces like Ravel or Prokofiev, that's for Paul Wittgenstein, who lost his right hand. But this one is for himself because he hurts himself his right hand because his hand was really small. Actually, barely he could reach octave. So he just
Oh,
tried a lot. He's Russian, so he wanted to try just the big lip, something like that. But he hurts himself, so he could use only left hand. So it was for himself.
wow, I didn't realize that. So, to our audience, um, if you're listening to this Scriabin piece, you'll hear that this was written for the composer. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I didn't realize that. And my next question for you, have you played any other music for left hand alone? Is this something that interests you now?
It is interesting, but I've never played any left-hand works before, so this is the first time. Yeah, as I said, there are some more like Ravel left-hand concerto or Prokofiev fourth concerto, but it's a different story because that's concerto. So orchestra and soloist. The relationship is very complementary. So they just feel the harmony together. So, but just a solo left-hand piece is just me and there's no support and no any complementary sound. So it's a different thing, but it was really amazing. When I heard it first time on YouTube, wow, it's just only with left hand, but it sounds just complete. It's just perfect. It doesn't sound like just one hand. So it was really amazing. So that's why just I choose this
That's
one for the.
awesome. That's wonderful. Um, to conclude your recital program for us, you have programmed the odd numbered etudes
I
from Opus
did.
25. I noticed that. I was looking, I'm like, wait, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. She
Yeah.
she picked the odd ones, which they're the better ones, I think. And these works have been a popular staple of piano repertoire for many hundreds of years, and they're
Mhm.
loved by both audience and musician alike. So, what do you think makes them popular? Why are these etudes still played and learned? What makes them great?
Well, probably it's because the beauty of the piece. It's a combination of the musical substance and a technical challenge. So actually, that's just complete thing. There shouldn't be anything more, right? So and if you think about the piece, actually, when I was a kid, I didn't like etude that much because for pianists, all the time it's the audition piece or a competition piece. So I was overwhelmed by the technical challenging. So I didn't like that much, and I didn't realize the beauty of the piece. But later, I listened to the whole set. But wow, it's so beautiful because actually, it's very simple because he focused on just one technical problem, each one, and then just he added his musical idea and a harmonic thing. But it's so beautiful. And if you look at the structure, and the shortest one, like Opus 25, number 8 or 9, it's less than a minute. And even if it's long, it's only just a 5 minute or so. But structurally, it's perfect and complete. It has introduction, development, recap, and even coda. So wow, and then the musical flow is just perfect and amazing. So I realized that, and it's just someday I wanted to program this one. So that's why I programmed this, and yeah, I think that's why just people wanting to listen the musical substance and the technical challenge at the same time. So that's why that's the beauty of the piece.
Yeah, it does have both of those because it has some of his most beautiful lyrical writing.
Right, right,
Um, and it also has challenges to build your technique and to show your technique, but
right,
he sort of hides it. Like it doesn't sound hard if it's performed correctly. It sounds so lyrical, or there's a
right.
different musical concept in each etude. So
Yeah.
it's wonderful. I once heard Louis Lortie play Opus 10 etudes, Opus 25 etudes, and then in the second half he did the preludes, Opus 28.
Gosh, I can't. That's
No,
amazing.
what a program, right?
Well,
I
I know.
We all sat there in shock thinking, well, what's left for the encore?
I know. That's everything. There's no anything could leave.
Um, do you notice a big difference between Opus 10 and Opus 25 for those etudes?
Well, not really, because Opus 10 was composed between 1829 and 1832, and it was published in 1833.
Hmm.
And Opus 25 was composed between 1832 and 1835, and was published in 1837. So it's not very far from each other. And the other thing is, when he composed Opus 10, he had already the reputation as a pianist and composer. So I can't say Opus 10 is less matured than anything. Like it's a perfect piece. But I can't see something the difference between the Opus 10 and 25, because I feel like the Opus 25 has more richer sonority. And if you look at the structure, like 25, number 5 and 10, it has the slow lyrical middle section. Just the thematic idea is different with the outer section. So just he wanted to the broader, the structurally, and he tried something new. So
It's
yeah, that's
true.
different, I think.
It's true. And now, on to the topic that everybody wants to know for all musicians. How have you kept busy during COVID? Practicing?
During, yeah, just practicing and just find people as much as I can and just do the virtual concert together. Just not physically together, just but just we can do Zoom or just we can just put together the videos. And yeah, actually, yeah, just I have more time than before. So I had a lot of repertoires I wanted to learn. So just I'm learning that. So and I'm really excited to show the later. So
What are you learning right now? Tell us.
right now I'm doing Mozart Concerto in C major 467. I love that, and I'm composing the cadenza section. So I'm
Nice.
excited about that. So,
That's wonderful. That concerto is number 21 and
yes,
very famous because the slow movement was featured in the movie Elvira Madigan a long time
yes,
ago.
exactly.
It's a great concerto. In fact, I remember in my first year of music history class
Mm.
that was one of the first pieces we studied.
I
I
see.
don't forget it. And we listened to a recording of Getze Anda on Deutsche Grammophon.
Oh,
And I'll never forget it. Such beautiful memories of that class. And that class at the University of Alberta really actually inspired my
mhm.
passion for music. And
Yeah,
it it helped me meet people that also love music. And it was a true joy, for sure.
yeah. It's really pure, and it sounds could be simple, but it's so beautiful. Every moment, every single note, it's so beautiful and perfect. So I'm enjoying playing that.
It is.
Yeah.
And how are the cases in Korea right now? Is there a high number of COVID or is it pretty safe in Korea right now?
It was pretty safe before, but these days it's a lot. It's getting worse a little bit. So yeah, I'm a super careful person, so I don't go out that much, and I'm staying
Same.
here. Yeah,
Same. Only meet friends online.
right. Virtually.
Like this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, it is so wonderful to have my guest on our podcast, Take Note, Hyejin Pak. It's been so lovely to talk with you about music today and to see your
Thanks for having
fantastic.
me.
It's my pleasure. And to see your fantastic smile. Those who are listening on audio, you can't see the smile, but if you watch the concert, you can. And again, Hyejin's concert is this Saturday, 5 p.m. Vancouver, and 10 a.m. on Sunday in Seoul, Korea. So
Yay.
I want to thank you, Hyejin, for being our guest. Our sponsor for the podcast is Tom Lee Music and 2X Education. My name is Jennifer West, reminding you to take note. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.